first trip to our new digs. I don't even remember if you were here for council meeting before or not. You just moved in before July, August? No. Oh, the public meeting. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I forgot.
Right there, switch things. I used to sit the right-handed guy.
Oh, boy.
Times change, Keith. There's a song like that.
Well, we're not annexed 750 acres.
Maybe next week.
I already did that. That's right.
How's Melissa tonight?
Oh, hey Keith, how's it going?
Melissa, did you see that photo? Yeah. I'm glad you finally got me beat.
You know what? That's several years now, see, that's maybe before I go.
We don't have, ordinance D3. Like the 30/20 doesn't have. Yeah, like the earlier section of the ordinance is in the handout. Yeah. Well, no, mine doesn't either.
You're like me, you'll lose that thing down somewhere. Just learn me to look at my phone or my radio or the car keys.
Do you happen to have a copy of ordinance 30/20? Our handouts don't have anything prior to section B6. Okay. It's not on this, the section was.
I just turned 72. I knew you were a little bit older than me, I didn't know. Okay, we're gonna call the meeting to order. I hope everybody had a great holiday weekend, or weekends. Welcome to our first meeting of the year. Kirk will read the roll.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Here.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Here.
Small. Here. Shive.
Here.
Buckingham.
Here.
Okay, let's stand for the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the minutes.
Moved by Commissioner Kaminsky that the minutes from the council meeting held December 17, 2025 be approved and placed on file.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I'd like to make a motion, please, to amend the minutes to include the addition of this sentence at the end of the last paragraph on page 1. Commissioner Kaminsky stated that the HR report has always been a public document and subject to release.
Okay, well, our legal counsel, KGG, and Joliet disagrees.
Point of order, that was an in-order motion, and in a statement of fact, point of order, sir, I am not being improper or unkind. I have a motion that's in order. I would like it to be seconded or not seconded.
I'll second that for a reason we all
Did I
know.
say that I wasn't?
We
You
all
need to
know.
remain in order yourself, Mr. Shaw.
With all due respect, sir, there was a motion in order and you began discussion without it being seconded.
Okay.
I second that, but like I said, at the last meeting, we all voted on this. So I don't know what the reason is on this.
I have no idea what his game plan is.
You weren't here.
So, no. So, specifically, on our video, it's at minute 16:55, Commissioner Kaminsky stated, I'm only asking that what Commissioner stated be the record, not that it is or is not, just what was said. That the HR report has always been a public document and subject to release. I have that on video and would happily play it for you if
Have
appropriate.
you ever misspoken?
Sir, I'm just saying what was
I'm
said.
just asking you a question.
Of course I've misspoken, however, if the record, very well.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Shive.
Aye.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Anyone wishing to appear before the council?
Point of order, that was a motion on the amendment. Do we have to have a separate vote on the minutes now? Thank you, sir. Make a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
I'll second that.
Clerk will read the roll.
Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Shive.
Aye.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Anyone wishing to appear before the council?
I have a point of, clarification. Not Mayor Hollenbeck, I'm being respectful and I ask that you respond in kind. Ordinance 3020, section B3, states that a majority can vote to extend the time of a speaker. That is sadly not in our handout. I saw it earlier today. It is in section 3020. We don't have the entire ordinance in front of us. It is my understanding that we can extend the time through majority vote. To the best of our knowledge, is that our understanding? Okay, hearing nothing, I will be bringing it up again at the next meeting with the necessary reference. However, today I did have a look at section 3020, B3, said that the council could, by majority vote to extend the speaker's time. Just want to make a note of that, and thank you so very much. I appreciate your forbearance.
Okay, well, that was voted on by the council, so I would've thought you'd already knew the answer to that.
Well, sir, on
So
two separate
let's move on
occasions,
to-
on two separate occasions, if you can speak, sir, I request the right to respond.
Move on to
We
Commissioner
did,
Kaminsky.
and we haven't been following it.
Does anyone wanna speak or no?
No. I said it 2 or 3 times and nobody come up, so I'm gonna guess no.
Alright, bi-weekly reports.
Moved by Commissioner Kaminsky, the accounts payable for the last half of December in the amount of $274,783.46 be approved, and a warrant be drawn in the city treasury for the several amounts.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Besides, routine bills, our maintenance service equipment for our flock camera system is $15,000. Grand Rapid Enterprise Storm Sewer Improvement and Replacement, $172,365.03. Marseilles Bank, 2022 Ford Explorer, $9,551.55. Illinois Public Risk Fund, this is our workman's comp, $6,385. Blue Cross Blue Shield, $27,117.91. Any questions?
Any other discussion?
No, Mayor? I'm good.
Read the roll.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Shive.
No.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Number 2.
Moved by Commissioner Kaminsky, the payroll for the last half of December in the amount of $140,848.51 be approved, and a warrant be drawn in the city treasury for the several amounts.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
This is a bi-weekly payroll. Hopefully no more snow.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Shive.
Abstain.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Anything else?
No, Mayor.
Okay, Commissioner Small.
Yeah, so I have a few things. First and foremost, since the kids are back in school, I would please like to remind people to reduce their speeds in the school zone and while traveling down Broadway Street. It's very imperative to try to keep our learners safe and to also please stop at the signs when the bus stops do have them present. I would also like to address an issue that has been brought to me regarding parking. If you are parked down at Broadway Park, we please ask that you park legally in accordance with the lines that are designated for parking. Moving forward, people that are violating that will be ticketed accordingly. And lastly, I did want to follow up regarding some comments that have been made online regarding, and that were made last meeting regarding the police department and a alleged false police report. Just to kind of summarize that, I did have the state's attorney, they sent me a letter saying, with the reference matter above, they will not be proceeding. There are no charges being filed and nothing that was falsified in accordance with them. And that is the second time that they have said that. They also initially said that in September as well. I've also reached out to Illinois State Police. At this point, they have not reached out verifying whether they would move on, although an officer did tell me that typically when the state's attorney declines to move forward, that they have looked at all the evidence that was presented to them and declared that there is no matter in which they need to pursue anything. So I would like to say that I feel that it's everyone's right to have an opinion about how a situation is handled. However, if you don't like the outcome of that, making slanderous, libelous, and false allegations publicly, which affect our public servants, is very irresponsible and reprehensive. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Schott.
Yeah, if I may respond. In November of 2016, a resident was given probation for filing a false police report. In February of 2020, a resident was charged with filing a false police report. On April 22nd, 2025 at 6:57 a.m., resident sent an email with evidence indicating that Clerk Hart had released to him the Rogers HR document that was received by us. On April 23rd, 2025, at 7:40 a.m., Commissioner Kaminsky sent out an email saying that the incident may constitute insurance fraud and that I should contact the Illinois State Police, the email of which I have available. Okay, so that's the background on those things. All of these things are documented and pertinent. I would like to know the status, please, of the donation boxes for the Illinois Motorcycle Freedom Run. I understand that it had been, we were worried about liability issues for a non-city entity, but I know that we have accepted donations for the pet project as well as for the nursing service. Well, definitely for the nursing service. It's right there on the brochure. The donations are accepted here at 200 Riverfront. As far as the pet project goes, I think Commissioner Buckingham may have seen a box. I'm very pro-nursing and pro-animal. I'm just suggesting that we should have the same policy across the board for those non-city entities. I have a question that is, by the way, yeah, I obviously fully anticipate following up with both the state's attorney and the Illinois State Police on this in many matters, up to and including Discovery Commissioner Small. So I very much welcome that process and think that it will be in all of our best interest for that to happen. However, I'm sorry, just sort of didn't want to neglect that. I greatly appreciate that we're back, not frozen, so thank you to all involved in keeping our roads salted and plowed. I would like to call attention to, I think, just a general flaw in a model of governance. You know, fewer than 1% of municipal governments in the United States have a commission style of government. And the reason is because department heads can actually then become at loggerheads. By combining executive and legislative powers in one body, problems follow, and problems are known to follow. That's why fewer than 1% of municipalities nationwide have this system. We do have it in the Illinois Valley, however, it has been documented, and this is not my opinion. This is something I taught from a textbook from 1999 to 2017, Politics in States and Communities. It's not my opinion. It's not just my opinion, rather, just happens to be that way. I feel like the animosity, perhaps between us, may be based in part on a structural defect. I have a brief question for Commissioner Kaminsky. It's a very non-charged one. I'm very curious. We have an and truly just curiosity. We have an alternate revenue system for, like, we borrowed against our water and sewer system. And someone brought up an interesting question. I'm just curious about it. That not really being something that could be repossessed. Are there different accounting rules with that come into play?
I'm not, I don't know how to answer that, Mike.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, how do we answer
go
that?
against our debt limit.
Sure, no, I understand.
We got a debt limit going forward, but we're not even close to that.
No.
I mean, that's why we bonded out at A++, so they would have, that's something a financial institute, when they do their due diligence for any kind of CD to sell those bonds, that's part of their due diligence. But that report, I think I had that report too.
Well, we have to prove up the revenues or to be able to pay the bonds. And the alternate revenue source is, in case we don't, then the bonds or the taxes kick in. But I think at the last meeting, you abated those ordinances, which the council has done forever.
Every year.
When they issue those type of.
Oh yeah, no, it's strictly a curiosity. There's nothing behind door number 2. I mean, again, it's that, like, a person who was in accounting asked me that question, so I was curious. No, I fully understand it doesn't go against our limit. I get that we have a rating, a bond rating, and God bless it. I'm a mailman. It's strictly curiosity I'm following up in. Are there different rules for an asset effectively that can't be repossessed? That's all. And if you say there are not, or you're not aware of them, good enough. That was just something I was inquiring on.
My suggestion would be, when our auditors come, everybody's given the opportunity to come in and talk to them and ask them questions. That would be an excellent question for our auditors next time they're here.
Well, as you're aware, Mayor, I have had internal communications that have been brought up against me in court, as well as the city of Marseilles.
What does that have to do with your question?
Well, it has to do with the issue. It has to do with the issue of auditing.
Okay.
With all due respect,
Do you
no.
have anything else?
Since you brought up auditing, I do think it is highly suspect for someone to vote to add money to a city's treasury while simultaneously suing that city. Now I am done, and thank you.
In your opinion means what? Commissioner Buckingham.
Yeah, it's like I wish everybody happy New Year, even though it's open. New Year's over, just starting the year. So, the other question I got, I think Mike kinda answered my question, asked my question. I was here on, for the wreath ceremony this year, like I have been the last 20 years. And when I was up in the lobby that day, okay, and they were putting the wreaths together in the garage, I noticed a box out there on the floor. On the table above it, had a list. If you wanna see that for me, come see me, I'll show you a picture of it. What I'm getting at, there's a list for pet project. I have nothing against pets, I had pets at one time, don't get me wrong. The only question I've got this evening, what comes first, animals or our veterans? That's all I have.
Okay. Number 2 under Commissioner Buckingham.
Moved by Commissioner Buckingham that the estimate number 5 to county excavating in the amount of $51,420 for the handicap swing installation and special surface be approved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I'm glad this is done, this is something that should have been put in the beginning, but I'm glad it's over. We have handicapped people down there in that area, so I'm glad we made the move and got it done. Oh, yeah.
Okay, clerk will read the roll.
Commissioner Kaminsky,
Aye.
Small,
Aye.
Scheib,
Aye.
Buckingham,
Aye,
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. Anything else, Commissioner Buckingham?
I know.
Number 1 under myself.
Moved by Mayor Hollenbeck, the resolution 2026-1, a resolution appointing Alfred Bruce Bose to the Middle East Tribute Board be adopted.
Do I have a second?
I will second that.
Any discussion?
Who resigned, Jim? Can I ask?
No, they voted to add 2 more people.
We're gonna have two
I'm
more?
gonna go from 7 to 9, so.
Okay.
If anybody's interested, when we're still looking for doesn't have to be a veteran, but it'd be nice if we got our veterans to get involved in it.
Who's the current makeup of the Middle East Conflicts Board?
Just in my memory, president is Dan Jackson, Bill Kuiper, Greg Stock, Jack Lininger, Kathy Coker,
Gary Louie
Gary Louie.
and myself.
Yeah.
Okay,
How could I forget you?
and all of those individuals are staying, so we're going from X to X plus 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a third request.
Yes. Thank you.
Clerk will read the roll.
Commissioner Kaminsky,
Aye.
Small,
Aye.
Scheib,
Aye.
Buckingham,
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye. City engineer.
I've given the council a memo regarding the 10th Street cell tower, received an offer to buy out the lease for $230,000. This lease was made in 2007, amended in 2016, and now it goes out to 2062. I don't know how much will be around it. And of course, the lease ends if they remove the cell tower. So right now the lease is $1,288 a month, which includes $375 for additional antennas on there. With this proposal, if there's an additional antenna put on there, the city gets half of whatever that is. And that would go forward for the length of the lease, or until the tower is removed. So, consider it, look at it, what you wanna do.
But Mike, we had, just some history in this, we had multiple companies try to buy out this lease, right?
Yes.
I'm going back and forth last 5 to 7 years.
The original company has a right of first refusal.
Correct.
This new company, Landmark, has a working relationship with them, and there's no guarantee, but they are pretty sure that they can get it done. They've done it on other places also.
Now, in theory, let's say, because obviously, Starlink or whatever, who knows how much longer cell tower is going to be a thing. Let's say they were to vacate and leave us with this giant tower, would that then theoretically become our headache? Which would be an argument for doing this, by the way, just throwing that out there.
I believe the lease, the permit of the lease, they have to remove the tower.
Okay.
But I'll verify that. Good
Okay.
question.
Yeah, thank you for that. So, it would be $230,000 effectively upfront, and then half of any additional rents going forward.
Right, and if you look at it this way, based on the rents that may increase every 5 years, 15%, it would take you until September 30th of 2038 to collect $230,000. So, you know, if it goes out beyond that, the rents increase, and it becomes a big number, but you're taking a risk whether the tower's there or not.
Yeah, that's always gonna be a factor, because eventually cell towers are gonna be obsolete, everything will be satellite, so.
How's it right now, like with the towers right now? Haven't read that contract in so long. If something happened up there tonight, and that tower collapsed and damaged property, are we responsible? Being
No.
on city property, or are they?
They are responsible for
They're
their
responsible?
tower. Yes.
And that's all the new contract we're reading?
Pardon?
That's all the new one we're reading too?
The new one will be out of it.
What's that?
The new one, we would be out of it. They would
Okay.
have to take care of it,
All right,
not
good.
ours.
Good.
It would obviously still be on our property.
Right,
If we would've
yeah.
done it now, we wouldn't have anything.
And of course, if you consider going forward, I would give this to the attorneys for them to look it over, make sure the i's are dotted and the t's are crossed. You're covered on it.
Any other questions or discussion? Okay, we can't take any action on it because it wasn't on the agenda, it was just distributed, for people to think about, and you can let me or Mike or Leslie or somebody know whether you're for it or against it. The only thing I really have is in regards to the donation box questions. There's a meeting coming up with corporate council and the Freedom Run people and the city. I believe Commissioner Kaminsky's gonna be there. Commissioner Scheib said he would like to attend. So I would think at that time we can figure out something on the donation boxes. It's basically that we're gonna have to do an ordinance, put everything together. That's all I have, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Moved by Commissioner Small, the city council to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Read your poll.
Commissioner Kaminsky.
Aye.
Small. Aye. Shive.
Aye.
Buckingham.
Aye.
Mayor Hollenbeck.
Aye.
Hey, my notes are better than others, or how you feel? Thinking about doing a pizza summit coming up here for Sam's one of these times.
Thank you.
How are you?